Hi guys, Chris here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage, and I have a special guest with us today. You're not a special guest, you're here every day.
Every day.
This is Ryan, he's the CEO of Dream Giveaway, and he's our in-house motorcycle expert. Ryan, you're the one who picked out the Indian motorcycle.
I love this thing.
Tell us about it.
Today's the last day. Actually, I want to start off with, do you know the Cannonball? Have you done the Cannonball Run?
I have not done the Cannonball Run, but I know the Cannonball Run, and I have seen the original movie. I don't recall if I've made it.
Guy in the movie?
Well, there's a lot of cool guys, so it could be Jackie Chan, right? Yeah, or it could be Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr.
And Bert.
Oh, and Bert, of course.
The reason why I bring up the Cannonball Run is the Indian motorcycle, Irwin Baker, and we have a Baker here, and so it might be a relative, but Irwin Baker, his middle name was, or they called him the Cannonball.
Okay.
He went from San Diego, I think this was 1911, he went from San Diego to New York. It took him 11 days, 12 hours, and 10 minutes.
Wow.
But that's where the Cannonball started. Irwin the Cannonball Baker was the guy that did it, and he did it on an Indian. And a lot of people all across the U.S. that I talk to, they think that Harley Davidson actually started the motorcycle business, but it was actually, in fact, it was Indian. This dates back all the way to the late 1800s, and they're only about a couple years apart, but Indian started out, and then it was Harley Davidson that kind of kicked in. But the reason why the Indian started was for the fact that I guess he was a bicycle owner, and they raced bicycles, and he needed something to pace those bicycles. So he developed the motorcycle so it could stay paced with the bicycles. So just a little couple fun facts on Indian and why I wanted to start with the Indian, because they're the ones that started the whole motorcycle era in the U.S. So it's fascinating. And the fact that they started the Cannonball kind of just ties in with our love affair of cars going from coast to coast, and the reason why we do what we do. So.
Now you've had a chance to get out on this bike a little bit.
Yeah.
How's it feel? Is it a street bike? Is it a track bike? Is it a little bit of both?
Yeah. So I spent a lot of my life on the dirt and on pavement. I love dirt bike racing, and this kind of mirrors, obviously this is the championship edition, and this is actually won by a local guy. He's actually from Florida, Sebastian, Florida, I think, Jared Meads. So Jared put all those championships together. This bike itself is actually off of the Indian Scout 750, but this is actually 1200 cc, actually 1203. But yeah, as for the handling, it's a great bike. It's an all-around bike, and it's another reason why that we picked this one. It's not something huge that people are a little scared of. So whether you're on-road, off-road, this is a bike that can kind of, everybody could ride if they wanted to. Even you, Chris, you could probably wheelie out of this. Actually, you can't wheelie. So
you can't.
This bike
That's
has
right.
anti-wheelie. It's got traction control. It's got just all the safety features that cars have, from anti-lock brakes, anti-wheelie, which I think you can turn off.
Ryan, I've got to interrupt you though. It doesn't have power windows.
It doesn't. We took those off right before we got it. So have you ridden this?
I have not.
Are you going to ride it out of here? Or would you like me to?
Well, I'd like you to, but I'm hoping that the winner, whoever wins it, will ride it out of here as well.
So today is the last day. We got to say that again.
Yep. And we've got a big screen over there telling us how many hours are left. PJ, go and let's walk over there, Ryan. What do we got left? About 10 hours, 57 minutes. To enter to win. And Ryan, we should point out there are only 400 of these that were made, not just for the U.S., but worldwide. That makes this a collector's item.
Absolutely. And that's another reason why we did this. And we want to make sure that we thank Corbin. So Corbin, as you mentioned in the last video, we're giving away a custom seat
Great. And
If you want to know a little bit more.
so the winner will not only get this custom seat from Corbin, they'll get to design their own seat from Corbin, and Corbin will ship it to the winner. And we had a question about the fender. So we took the fender off, but we will include it for the winner. And there is a license plate bracket that's integrated in that fender, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. There was a fender, it was about a foot long, but just aesthetically, I think at least from my standpoint, I wanted to kind of remove that. And, you know, there's been some pros and cons to having that on there, but the great thing is the winner's going to have the option to put it on or keep it off.
Got it. Now, is this an electric start?
This is an electric start.
Good, good.
I think they stopped making kickstarts many years ago,
Really?
except for dirt bikes. I mean, there are
You're saying they haven't been doing kickstarts since I watched Evel Knievel go over
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Well, that shows you how much I'm paying attention here. But what a great looking bike. Is 1200 cc's the right amount of power, an extra amount of power? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it all depends on where you're riding. Are you riding in the streets, cities? I mean, yeah, on the open road. The great thing about this bike, even though it is 1200 cc, it handles very well in basically in the urban setting. You know, all across. You know, you can utilize this however you see fit.
Got it.
The cool thing is, when we talk about horsepower, like a lot of horsepower. I mean, this has how much horsepower?
100 and what, 10?
About 120.
120, okay.
So even at 120, it's got to get RPMs. Like when we look at most of these cars, the RPMs have to get up to, you know, usually the points around
5,000, 6,000,
6,000.
sure.
So to get those 120 horsepower, you're probably up around 7,500 RPMs. So bikes typically, this is a V-twin, so it doesn't rev as high as like the Japanese bikes that are out there, but yeah, it's still much higher than most of the cars that are out here. But it does have some similarities. So even if you look at the exhaust down here, like it's got a 2-1-2 exhaust. So there's two pipes and then they go into one and then it comes back out to two. It's almost like the pipes on cars, the X brace.
Right, like an X-pipe.
Exactly the same thing as an X pipe.
Sure.
It brings that, it basically allows the cylinders to breathe a little bit, but then brings it back for performance.
Now, not to get too techy, but how much gas does it hold?
Till it's full.
Fills both, so it's got to be a few gallons at least,
Yeah.
right? Well, that's
Probably. Good question. I don't know.
okay. No, that's okay. And this is brand new. Is there a certificate of authenticity that came with it since it is a limited edition?
I would imagine that there is.
Okay, got it.
don't know.
Now, if you were to win it,
Yes.
would you drive it, or would you save it as a collector's item? And that's what you guys need to think
I would
about.
drive it. Or ride it.
Ride it. Yeah, of course. You know me. I'm a muscle car guy.
What would PJ do?
What would PJ do?
Oh, I would hold on to it and just wipe it down with a diaper.
There you go. Hey, let's see who's watching us, Ryan.
Anthony says, didn't know that in the beginning conversation that you said, Ryan. It was a great share. Appreciate that on the motorcycle
Absolutely.
stuff. James says, would look good next to my Indian vintage Chief.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's amazing. And then...
What year is the Chief?
Oh, that's a good question. James wants to know, tell the truth, Chris, did you do a wheelie on it?
I'm telling the truth. No, I didn't do a wheelie on it.
Roger says, beautiful Indian. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah?
And then Anthony says, hey, that 05 to 09 Mustang behind you. Oh my God, love to have
Hold
that.
on.
I could get into
Ryan, look.
that vehicle.
I don't
see one.
I don't see one. You have to ask us tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Yeah.
No, I don't see one. You'll have to ask us tomorrow.
Andy said, by the way, Andy said he would save it. He wouldn't
Okay.
sign it. And James said it was a 2014, his Jeep.
2014. That's very, very cool. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got about 12 hours left and we haven't fired it up for the entire giveaway. Ryan, why don't you show us how it's done?
Sure.
Do you want the back gate opened?
Well, yeah, we'll fire it up and then,
And you'll kind of do a couple passes for us?
sure.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna,
And the beauty of Florida is we don't need a helmet, so.
there you go.
But if there's any kids watching, wear your helmet.
That's right. Ryan, while you're getting on the bike, I'm going to go ahead and open the garage door.
Okay.
Come on, we're going to go outside and we're going to watch Ryan do a couple little sprints on the bike.
Most people don't get a chance to see the back of the ramp.
No, you guys usually don't get to see outside here.
It looks really nice.
Looks great. Brian, I love the sound of the bike.
Yeah, so this has a Archipodic exhaust, and I love this manufacturer of exhaust because it's got a great sound. I'm a big BMW enthusiast, and they make a great pipe for the BMWs as well. Yeah, very happy with the sound, very happy with the whole bike. I mean, it's just, yeah.
Okay.
If I were to get a bike, again for the road, the roads are crazy down here in Florida, but yeah, it would definitely be an Indian.
Okay, and if you like Lori in the Dream Giveaway Garage and you like carbon fiber,
A ton of it, and you can see it in the sun now, how much this carbon fiber kind of shines and showcases the contours of the bike, and just, yeah, it's a beautiful bike.
okay.
It really is. The LED lights on the front. It's got Brembo brakes.
Wow.
A lot of the stuff that we talk about on cars is actually in this bike. So it's a beautiful bike.
Yeah. Is that wiper fluid?
This is.
All right, do it, Ryan.
All right, so I'll ride back in though.
Okay.
Pretty fast, Chris.
Pretty fast. What do you think, guys? Only hours left, then it could be yours. Get your entries at dreamgiveaway.com. If you're watching on YouTube, use promo code YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, use promo code Facebook. And remember, Ryan's going to pick the next motorcycle dream giveaway. Ryan, you going to give away any clues what the next motorcycle is going to be? It'll have two wheels?
It'll have two wheels. It might have an H in it. Might have a D in it. I'm not sure.
There
But, I mean, you got to go with the Indian first because they were the first to the market. So, and then we go potentially to the next in line. But you guys will just have to wait and see.
Great. And I think we have something new starting tomorrow, but we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah. So pay no attention to what's back there.
Right.
One other thing I want to mention today was a winner's selection day.
Oh yeah, we picked the winner for the classic Corvette, the Fuelie Corvette, the black
Absolutely.
one.
That was great.
Winner is from Massachusetts.
I love Massachusetts.
That's great.
And that's actually, so Massachusetts is where the Indians, so Springfield, Massachusetts. So Indians started in Connecticut, and for many, many years they were produced in Springfield, Massachusetts, and we just had a winner from Massachusetts. I don't know
Right.
how close they were to Springfield. But.
So congratulations to Joe. You can see the lucky ticket number up at dreamgiveaway.com. He won that Fuelie Corvette. And we're looking at holding an awards ceremony before the 4th of July weekend for him. So congratulations to him. Get your entries. PJ, one more shot of that countdown clock, if you don't mind.
Yeah, 10 hours, 47 minutes, and some change yet. It's a beautiful bike. Ryan just demonstrated it. It looks gorgeous.
Ryan, you're always behind the scenes. Thanks for coming on camera.
Thanks for having me.
We'll
Finally.
see. We'll see you guys tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes, and you better go get your entries to win the Indian bike. It only happens here live in our favorite place on earth. Where is that, Ryan?
Dream Giveaway Garage.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye, guys.